The good life. Only got a few things to do today. Got to drop the oldest off at summer camp, install a couple of toilets. Yeah, we poop here. And then I'm going to make a little video about what is the best fishing kayak for you. Yeah. All right. So what are we waiting for? Well, the bolt just went down the drain. Crap. Literally. Alright guys, I know you didn't tune in to watch me change a toilet, so let's get into what you came here for. You're looking to find the best fishing kayak for you. Now, there are 1,000 different options. There's everything from mild to wild, from the cheap little SunDolphin at Walmart to everything with all the bells and whistles like a Hobie Pro Angler. You can go in a million different directions and it can be a little overwhelming. So I wanted to take some of my experiences that I've had so far and share that with you, and I hope it helps. I hope this helps guide you a little bit on what might be the right choice for you. Now keep in mind, the decisions that I made are based on what's right for me. All right, I have a shoulder injury and I'm a little bit big boned. So I had to make choices based on size and weight capacity. I had to make choices based on what I can handle these days. You just have to take everything with a grain of salt. Now, I'm not going to go into a really deep, detailed review on any of these. This is going to be more of a general overview and give you some insight, all right? Now, I am a big believer that the absolute best kayak that you can get is the one that will safely get you on the water as soon as possible, all right? That doesn't mean that it has to be the most expensive kayak. That doesn't mean that it has to be the cheapest kayak. It means that it has to be the right kayak for you. So let's get the big dog out of the way. Let's say you have the coin for it. You know you're going to use it, and you just want the Cadillac. That's probably Hobie. All right. Hobie has really just about every configuration that you can think of. They have tandem kayaks, solo kayaks. They have pedal kayaks, big, small. They pretty much have everything. If you're looking for a fishing platform, they probably have it. If you want a great alternative to Hobie, Jackson might be what I would consider the next great alternative. Jackson has a bunch of different options, everything from whitewater kayaks down to, or up to, however you look at it, some really great fishing platforms. I started out with a tandem kayak called the Big Tuna, and I'll put a picture of it here. And the Big Tuna I thought was going to be great, but I overestimated how often I would have somebody else with me. I found myself being in solo mode quite a bit, and that's a 14-foot kayak. So you have a lot of kayak that you're hauling around for really no reason because I didn't have anybody else with me. So my second kayak I got really because of my shoulder was the Kusa FD. It's a pedal driven kayak and so far I love it. So those are some options for you. Again, those two companies have all kinds of stuff. Other pedal drive kayaks. You have the Wilderness Systems Radar, the Old Town Predator PDL, the Perception Pescador, or the Pescador Pilot. You have Native Watercraft. You have Native Watercraft Slayer, and there's tons of other options. I mean, you can look at all kinds of different pedal drive kayaks. But all of those pedal options are going to cost, right? None of those are going to be economy kayaks. You're going to have to put out some coin for them. If you were looking for something, traditional paddle, most of those companies offer a paddle version of their pedal driven kayaks. You know, so if you're looking at the Kusa FD, there is the Kusa HD as well, which has a very similar layout, very similar performance, but it's paddle driven. Some of the great options within the paddle affordable type kayaks, you have the Vibe Sea Ghost, you have the Lifetime Sport Fisher, you have the Ocean Kayak Prowler, and the Ascend F12T, I think. And then Feel Free has the Moken. All right. So there's a bunch of different kayaks out there that you can get. A bunch of them that have some really great value. And that's not all of them. Obviously, there's tons and tons. One of the questions that I have heard asked on a ton of different forums for new kayakers and people that are interested in getting into this is, should I get a sit on top or a sit in kayak? Which one is right for me? Now, this is just my opinion on it. I can't imagine fishing from a sit-in kayak. To me, it would be miserable. I like to be able to stand up, even if for just a minute, I would want to be able to stand up. I get out there for hours fishing, and notice I didn't say catching. I get out there for hours, and sometimes you just need to be able to stretch your legs. So if you have the option to get something that you can stand in, I would highly recommend that. Getting in and out of a sit on is much easier. Your stability is normally going to be much greater. That doesn't mean that there aren't great sit-in kayaks. There are. Just my preference, I wouldn't do it. All right, so let's wrap up a couple of things. One, I would look at if it has good rails, if I can add accessories, what options is this going to give me? What storage does it have? Can I put a crate or a cooler on this kayak? If you want to keep fish, you need to think about that. If you're going to go out, you're going to want to be able to anchor somehow. So look at what your options are on what is going to be able to give you the best fishing experience, all right? And what is going to give you the most convenience and what's going to work for you. So the other thing you need to think of before you get too deep into this is, how are you going to transport this thing? So size and weight has to be a consideration, because getting it to the location is one thing, but getting it from your vehicle to the water is another. So you need to have racks where you're going to put it on your roof. You need to be able to trailer it. You need to be able to do something to get it down the road. Then you need to be able to get it from your vehicle to the water. That might mean a cart. That might mean that you and a friend are going to carry it, whatever, but you need to think about it. Some people have really light kayaks. They can throw it up on their shoulder. I haven't been able to do that. So 3 last things. I would recommend that you find a reputable kayak dealer, one that allows you to demo, test drive some kayaks, and take as many as you can out. Get out there, paddle around, try and stand up if you are looking to do that. Feel it out, feel what feels good. Go through some scenarios of what it would be like if you were fishing on this kayak, all right? So look for some good used kayaks, but you can find which models you like by demoing, all right, by testing these out. Make sure that it's something that you're going to enjoy and that will get you out on the water, all right? Because the more you like it, the more you're gonna get out there and have fun, and that's just great for everybody, all right? So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you get out there and get some fish on, and you know, all right, let's go get some fish. Hey, do me a favor, give me a like and a subscribe. It really does help. Thanks so much. See you next time.